everybody, and welcome to Enter the Fungeon, a real play D&D podcast. I am Tony, your DM. I am joined by our players. What's up, players?
What's up?
Hey.
Not much.
Hello, DM.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I am Emily. I play Phaerl Hunsren.
My name's Chris. I play Keno Ravanala.
Hey, I'm Bryson, and I play Xoruk the Small.
And I'm Tom, and I play Rigzee.
Cool, man. It's our first episode. We're excited to be here. We're excited to get this started. We do something interesting called an insight check, where we ask all of our characters a question. So today's question is, what makes you angry?
I would have to say anyone who values money over people.
Mistreatment of young children.
I can't stand to see injustice done.
And anyone who steals me rubies.
Well, that being said, we are playing a official D&D module called the Waterdeep Dragon Heist.
Ooh.
The Waterdeep Dragon Heist is a treasure hunt set against an urban backdrop. 500,000 gold coins are hidden somewhere in Waterdeep. Many individuals know about the cache and are looking for it. Adventurers can join the hunt and prevent the cache from falling into evil hands. We all start in a very famous tavern called the Yawning Portal. All of our characters are sitting down at the bar, having a drink. The sounds of gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing bawdy songs nearly drown out the off-key strumming of a young bard 3 tables over. Then all the noises are eclipsed by a shout. "Ya pig! Like killing me mates, does ya?" Then a 7-foot-tall half-orc is hit by a wild swinging punch from a male human whose shaved head is covered with eye-shaped tattoos. 4 other humans stand behind him, ready to jump into the fray. The half-orc cracks her knuckles, roars, and leaps at the tattooed figure. But before you can see if blood is drawn, a crowd of spectators clusters around the brawl. 2 of you people sitting at the bar recognize this half-orc, Yagra Stonefist. What do you do?
I would know that's Yagra from anywhere, so I'm going to go over and help.
Okay.
And we're already drinking at this point, right?
Yeah, you guys have been here, and you guys have all been having a few drinks.
So yeah, I would probably recognize it's her and... at it again, Yagra. And I'm going to get down and walk over.
Okay. And now you two don't know who this is, but you do see all that happen. What do? Do you continue to drink?
I'm gonna kind of keep a close eye out on what's going on. I'm gonna try to make my way over through the crowd and see if there's anything that needs broken up.
I'm going to lean into the bar towards the barkeep, and I ask him, and I say, is this typical of this establishment?
Well, there's a lot of adventurers that come through here, so it's not uncommon that a few of them have their little scuffles. We usually let them go a few blows, and then we ask them to leave or knock it off.
I see. Could I have a refill of my wine?
Yeah, absolutely. As the bartender is getting your wine refill, Keno and Rigzee get up to go towards Yagra, while Xoruk goes through the crowd. And you said you were doing what in the crowd?
Just moving, pushing people out of the way so I can get up front and keep an eye on things.
Cool. So you get through the crowd and you see Yagra full mount on this dude with the eyeball tattoos on his head. But you also notice that there's about 5 more thugs coming out of the crowd on the opposite side of the fight from you. Anybody who's joining the fight can roll initiative. So Keno, you're joining the fight, right?
Correct.
What'd you roll?
20, not natural.
Xoruk, are you joining the fight or are you just standing?
I'm watching for the time being.
Okay. And Rigzee, you're joining the fight. What'd you roll?
7.
Phaerl, you're sitting at the bar enjoying your wine.
I'm here for a purpose, so I'm just observing.
So currently, Yagra is on top of this guy. Those 5 thugs have kind of come out of the crowd to jump into the fight as well. Keno, you're first up to act, so what do? You're about 10 feet away from Yagra on top of this guy, and the 5 other people are about 5 feet behind them, all lined up from left to right, about 5 feet apart from each other or so.
And they're all ready to attack Yagra.
Yeah, you don't know that they're necessarily going to attack Yagra, but they're definitely going to intervene in some fashion.
I'm going to go stand in between Yagra and the 5 thugs to make sure none of them jump in, and whatever's going on at that point in time between them, whatever reason, is a one-on-one, because I know Yagra, known her for a while, so I want to make sure that she doesn't get hurt. So
Okay, are you going to say anything to these guys, or are you just going to stand there?
I'm not going to fight unless I have to. I'm only here to make sure it's fair.
It's not fair. She's sitting on top of him beating his ass right now. We need to pull her off of him. He's done for.
Keno's going to turn and look at the guy that Yagra is sitting on top of to see what condition he's in.
Okay, so I guess just roll a perception check.
It's 12.
Yeah, I mean, she beat the shit out of him. He's looking pretty fucking rough. And she's probably, like, seeing red, just still swinging away at him.
Oh, shit. Oh. And goes to grab... she's swinging, coming down with both
she's like full
hands.
mount. Yeah, she's like full mount, ground and pounding right now.
So I want to her right arm, grab that as she's going for a punch to try to break the momentum and pull her off.
Cool, so go ahead and roll a strength check for me, and we'll see if you can pull Yagra off of this dude.
4.
Yagra got a 7, so you are unable to pull Yagra off. Yagra's a pretty beefy lady, and she's just punching away at this dude. That's your action. Do you want to do any bonus actions or anything?
I can make a bonus action of an unarmed strike.
Okay, who do you want to hit?
I'm going to punch Yagra in the side of the head, like right at the cheekbone there.
Okay.
Just to see if I can snap her out of it. And
All right, yeah, go ahead. Roll your attack roll.
it's 24.
Yeah, that hits. Should just be a D4, right? Because it's an unarmed strike.
It's 7.
7 damage total?
It's a D4 plus 3
Jesus.
for an unarmed strike. So it's...
So, yeah,
I'm sorry, 6. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I miscounted 6.
So you punch Yagra, and she kind of just falls off of this dude and stands up and dusts herself off, kind of composes herself, and she looks at both of Rigzee and Keno. Well, thanks for helping me and everything, but I didn't need your help. I clearly had it under control.
We can see that. He's almost dead.
She looks down at him. Oh, I guess I lost control again. And as you're talking, the 5 other guys come over and pick this dude up, and they take his lifeless body out the front doors. What are you doing, Xoruk?
So I'm gonna walk up to these guys who were fighting, and I'm like, hey, is everything okay?
Aye, not a scratch on me.
That was quite a brawl you guys got into. Are you sure you're good? What happened there?
Oh, Yagra. She's an angry person, and sometimes she just sees red and loses control, so you gotta give her one to the side of the face and straighten her back out.
Yeah, I really appreciate you punching me back there. I mean, I know most people wouldn't say that. It's kind of weird to say, but I really appreciate you punching me in the face and knocking some sense into me. Keno, you've always had my back.
I only did it to help you.
So where are you guys from, anyway?
So, are you talking to me?
I'm talking to all of you guys.
I'm from here.
Oh, funny enough, I don't think I've seen you around before. But nice to meet you. I'm Xoruk the Small.
You're not very small.
It's perspective. Anyway, you guys are?
The name's Rigzee.
Nice to meet you.
Keno, where are you from? I haven't seen you around.
Well, I've been here for the past couple of years, but I'm originally from the Sword Mountains.
So while you guys are having this conversation, what are you doing?
I'm scanning the room trying to find my friend Bonnie.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
19.
Yeah, I mean, she's just a few tables over from the bar, helping some patrons get some drink orders.
I'm gonna try to like wave her over.
Let's see.
I'm gonna try and like lock eyes with her and like try to wave her over.
She doesn't see you. She rolled a nat 1. She's just helping
Looking
these
right
people.
over me. She's clearly can't see me.
She's taking this drink order, and she goes over to the other side of the bar where they fill their orders.
I'm gonna walk over to the other side of the bar. Bonnie, my friend.
Oh, jeez, you startled me.
I tried to get your attention, but you seem to be pretty busy.
Yeah, I'm at work.
I can see that. You know, I had blown into town hoping to find out more about some treasure in a vault around here. I'm not sure if you've... And I'm trying to, like, lean into her to talk quieter. And I'm not sure if you've heard anything or anyone around here talking about it.
I mean, everybody kind of knows it's the best kept secret in all of Waterdeep. Nobody knows where it is or how to get to it or anything like that, but there's a bunch of people vying after it. The Xanatar and the Zentarum are going at it right now. Something about somebody stole something from somebody. I don't really know the details. I don't keep up with the gang activities.
And best you shouldn't. You have a family to think of.
So as you're having this conversation, and you guys are having your conversation, shouts of alarm suddenly ring out as a hulking creature climbs up out of the shaft in the middle of the tap room. Because there's this giant fucking, like, well in the middle of this tavern that you guys are in, and it leads down into the Undermountain where experienced adventurers go and take on all sorts of crazy beasts and challenges to prove their worth or whatever.
Just like a coliseum, like a fight pit.
No, it's like a maze down there.
Oh, okay.
And people pay the owner of the Yawning Portal to go into this thing. So there's like this little rope fucking levee system where they like lower people down into it.
So it's the grinding hole.
Yeah.
Got it.
The glory hole. It's
because you come up glorious.
Yeah,
Got it.
everybody goes down for glory.
Is there tape around the hole?
Yeah, a lot of tape all around the edges of the hole.
really well.
Sounds
It's to make sure that any adventurers don't rub up against it and like chafe themselves on accident.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Fuck.
That's how I would do it.
A monster with warty green skin, a tangled nest of wiry black hair, a long carrot-shaped nose, and bloodshot eyes. As it bares its teeth, they're disgustingly yellow, and it howls. You can see that a half a dozen bat-like creatures are attached to its body, with 3 more circling above its head like flies. Everyone in the tavern reacts in fear, except for the barkeep, Durnan, who shouts, "Troll!"
Disgusting.
So everybody is going to need to roll initiative for me. Phaerl.
19.
Keno.
21.
Xoruk.
16.
Rigzee.
20.
Keno, you're up first. So you're in the middle of having a conversation with Rigzee and Xoruk when you hear the barkeep shout, "Troll!" And suddenly all of the patrons and all of the workers inside of the bar start to flee out the front door.
So I'm going to turn and dash towards the troll and do 2 unarmed attacks, one after the other. 18 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
That'll be 4 damage for that hit. That's 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's another 4 damage.
Nice. So yeah, you run up to this thing and you give it the old 1-2, and it kind of looks at you and just growls at you. That's going to go over to Rigzee.
I'm assuming the crowd of people still in there.
They all
And they're-
started running.
But are
As
they
the
like
troll-
on
as
their
the
way
troll
out?
yelled, like they're leaving, yeah.
So can I like try to hide amongst the crowd leaving to get up to try to like sneak attack
Yeah.
this troll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check and see if you can kind of blend in with the crowd that's running out the door as you're running towards this thing to try and sneak attack it.
27.
Yeah, you are able to kind of hide through this crowd of people that are making their way out the front doors and kind of get behind it as it's being punched in the face by Keno. You kind of are able to get around it.
I'm gonna run up to my dagger and try to like stab it like a sneak attack. You know what I mean? 22 to hit.
That hits.
10 damage.
You sneak up through this crowd of people and you jump out at the last possible second and you stab this thing in the back near its rib cage, and it kind of turns to look at you and screams and looks at you as well.
Is there anything that I can dart back behind and
You can
Or
like
hide-
you can
hide
try and
behind.
like hide behind the edge of the well. Actually, you know what? I would say that you already did that bonus action to hide to get to him.
Fair. Yeah.
So no, you can't do a bonus action to hide. But you can use the rest of your movement. You probably have like 10 feet of movement left if you wanted to kind of back away from him.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't want to get as far away from him. He's big.
Cool. So he's going to take a swing at you and miss. Because I don't think a 12 is going to hit, or is it?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so he swings his claws at you, and he misses. And then that goes over to Durnan, the barkeep, who jumps over the bar. You adventurers best not mess with that troll. He will fuck you up. Focus on the Sturges, and I'll take care of the big guy. As he pulls this great sword out from behind the bar and, jumps over it. He exclaims that as he runs towards this troll and dives at it, trying to take a swing at it. And he slices this fucking thing in the shoulder for 8 points of damage. And then that goes over to Phaerl.
As the barkeep had jumped up on the bar, he knocked over my wine. And this was upsetting. So I'm going to turn to whichever sturgeon is closest to me. And I'm going to shoot Ray of Frost.
Okay. That's a spell attack, right?
Yes. It's 7.
Yeah, that's going to miss, unfortunately.
I had a feeling. It veers off. It swooped out of the way, and I hit the ceiling.
A little bit of energy just goes right by it. You have any bonus actions you want to do?
I don't have any.
All right, cool. So that goes over to Xoruk. You go next. Basically, there's 2 Sturges that are flying over this thing's head. One of them, Phaerl, just shot at and missed. And then it has, 4 more Sturges left on its body that are just, sucking blood from it. Their bellies are getting really fat. One of them falls off of the thing and back down into the well. And it seems like the rest of them are about to follow suit as they're full on this thing's blood. So it seems like the only Sturges that are really going to be of any harm to you are the 2 that are flying over the troll's head. And then the troll is there at the edge of the well now because he was crawling up out of it. He hasn't gone yet, so he hasn't got to move. But
So I'm going to shout at Durnan. Durnan, my friend, you know I have your back, and I'm going to go after the troll anyway. With my great axe, I'm going to swing it and try to nick him in the neck.
cool, go ahead and roll your attack.
12?
That's going to miss. So you run up with your great axe and you try to slash into this thing and you swing a little bit too early and you almost hit Durnan with your axe, and Durnan kind of moves his shoulder out of the way and he's like, come on, kid, what are you doing? I said focus on the Sturges. This thing will fuck you up.
You were making me nervous. You know I can do better than that.
I mean, I know you can, but you're not doing it, and I am much more powerful than you. Let me fight this guy. Focus on the Sturges.
Fine.
Is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Okay. So that's going to go over to this troll, who is going to take a swipe with its claws, one at Rigzee and one at Keno, and then take a bite at Xoruk. A 12 to hit Keno.
That does not hit.
Cool. So he swipes at you and misses, and he turns around and looks at Rigzee and takes a swipe at him, and that's 14 to hit.
Yep.
14 points of damage.
I hit the ground.
You go down?
Yeah.
So this troll takes a swing at Rigzee after missing Keno, and he hits him super hard and knocks him to the ground, and then he takes that bite at Xoruk. 15 to hit.
That hits.
He bites you for 5 points of damage. Bites right into your shoulder.
Ugh. That stings.
And then he is going to start walking over towards Phaerl because he doesn't realize that that spell wasn't aimed at him. So he starts heading towards her. So anybody that was within 5 feet of him, which would be all of you, I'm fairly certain, except for Phaerl. If you want to use your reaction, you're more than welcome to. You only get 1 reaction per turn until it comes back to your next turn. So you can take a reaction if you would like to do an opportunity attack at this troll as he runs towards Phaerl.
Yeah, I'd like to take an opportunity attack.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
It's 11.
You miss with your swing, unfortunately.
All right.
Are you going to?
I'm listening to Durnan. I respect him, so...
So you're not going to use your reaction? Okay. Rigzee?
It's on the floor.
Oh, is dead. That's right. Sorry. Rigzee is dead.
Grunts.
Yeah, Rigzee's like, I wish I could.
Grabbing at his ankles.
Yeah. And then that goes over to Yagra. who is still here. She's not going to desert you guys, even though the rest of the people in the bar left. And she is going to immediately run over to Rigzee. Oh my goodness! Here, let me help you! So she runs over to Rigzee and she takes a potion out of her pocket and she starts pouring it down your throat. And you are back stable with 10 hit points.
Thank you.
And that's Yagra's turn. Now we go over to the Sturges. One of the Sturges is going to fly down towards Phaerl and try to use its blood drain attack. And the other one is going to try to do the same to the troll. An 11 to hit.
That just hits.
So 6 points of damage.
Oh, I am bloodied. I am not looking good.
And it is attached to you. So this thing like swooped down and face huggered on you.
I'm trying to reach for my wine.
At the start of each of the Sturges' turns, the target loses 1d4 plus 3 hit points due to blood loss. And then the other Sturge flies down and tries to bite the troll, and it flies right by him and misses. And then that's going to go back to the top of the order to Keno.
I'm going to target one of the Sturges.
One just missed the troll, so it's closer to Phaerl, and one's on Phaerl. And she's across the other side of the well from you. So she's about 20 feet away from you or so.
So I'm going to make my way across the room, travel 20 feet, and attempt to remove the Sturgis from Phaerl's face.
Okay, so go ahead and just roll a strength check, and we'll see if you can rip this sucker off.
It'd be 13.
Yeah, so you just pull this fucking Sturge
Oh my lord.
off of Phaerl's face,
I could use a drink.
and it kind of starts to fly up back in the air.
That is all for me.
So we go over to Rigzee.
Thanks, Yagra.
Anytime, buddy.
I think I might have died.
I mean, you didn't die. You were just knocked out, but you're fine now.
And then I'm going to listen to Durnan. Can I make my way? Is it in range of me to go over?
Yeah, you're like 20 feet away from where the Sturges are.
So I'm going to use my bonus action to sneak up behind him.
Go ahead and roll stealth to see if you can hide.
12.
He sees you trying to hide through the tables, so you don't
I'm
successfully
still
hide.
trying. I'm
Yeah,
just
you
not.
you think you're doing all right, but he definitely sees you.
And I'm like,
Clunk, clunk, clunk,
And you get over to the Sturges.
then I'm going to use my rapier to poke him.
And which one are you attacking? Are you attacking the one that was on Phaerl's face that Keno just ripped off of her, or are you attacking the one that just flew by the troll?
I guess it'd be whatever one's closest to me.
So then that would be the one closest to the troll. So go ahead and roll your attack roll.
10 to hit.
That's going to miss, my friend. So you swipe your rapier and it's flying around. You just miss it. And then that goes over to Durnan, who is going to try to push this fucking troll back away from Phaerl and back towards the well. And he pushes this thing 10 feet back, and it hits the edge of the well, and it starts to wobble. That's going to go over to Phaerl.
Filthy bloodsuckers. I'm gonna try to grab the Sturge that was just ripped off of my face and use Shocking Grasp on it.
And it's just an attack roll?
It's a melee spell attack, yes. 14.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, so I grab it just by the wing and I shock it for 6 damage.
You grab this thing by its wings, and this electricity just fills your fingertips as you shock the shit out of this Sturge, and it fries and falls to the ground.
And I kick it.
Anything else you want to do?
Would you consider me running into the troll to, like, topple him over in action?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then no.
That's going to go over to Xoruk.
I'm going to go after the little slimy guy that's closest to me. So I'm going to charge and try to like split him in half with my great axe. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
6 damage.
You hit this thing with your axe, and it just slices right in half as it falls to the ground in 2 separate parts.
Is it like leaking guts everywhere? Nice.
Is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
Just gonna kind of cringe a little bit. Ugh.
That's going to go over to the troll. who is going to take a swipe at Durnan. And he's going to miss, so he's going to take another swing with his other claw, and he's going to miss that too. So yeah, he just is swinging wildly. He's worried that he's about to fall into this well, and he misses with both of his swings, but he bends down and tries to bite Durnan, and he misses with the bite. So he's just pissed now, and he again just screeches. And that goes over to Yagra, who is going to run up and drop kick this fucking troll into the well. And she successfully runs up and just straight WWE style fucking missile drop kicks this thing as it flops over into the well. Durnan approaches all of you guys as you kind of dust yourselves off from the fight. You guys fought well. Thank you for protecting the bar.
Xoruk looks visibly disappointed in himself.
Xoruk, don't be so hard on yourself. I ask you to do menial tasks around the bar, like greasing hinges and fixing windows and literally stupid things. I could never have asked you to try and fight this giant troll.
I just want to be able to protect people that I care about. And I kind of just shake it off, but it's okay. Anyway, everybody here fought really well. Again, what was everybody's names? I don't think I met you, and I look at Phaerl.
My name is Phaerl. If I heard correctly, you work here?
I help out around here. I've been, kind of helping keep the joint going.
Could I trouble you for a new glass of wine? I could really use something to calm the nerves.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's my fault. I will get you. Anybody else want to drink? It's on the house.
I'll take one.
Yes, I'll have a mead.
I'll be back with your drinks in just a moment. Durnan walks away to go fetch you guys some drinks.
So I'm gonna walk over to the sturgeon that I fried, and I kick it into the hole.
You just like soccer kick it, because like the well has a lip to it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to soccer kick it.
All right,
Gotta
go ahead.
give it a little chip.
Roll an
Hacky sack it a little
athletics.
bit.
Yeah, roll an athletics check, and we'll see if you can hacky sack this thing.
16.
So you kick it, and it perfect arcs into the well. Doesn't do anything fancy, but it makes it into the well. No problem. Looks good. You got it. You did what you wanted to do.
I like fist pump.
Tiger Woods style.
So I'm gonna ask Yagra how she's doing. You okay over there?
Oh, honestly, I was about to go down. I'm glad I was still up to be able to help out Rigzee. Do you two know each other?
It was a hell of a kick.
Oh, thanks.
Yes,
I've been practicing that.
I think he's talking to me about my kick. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, your
was
kick
a
was
nice
good
kick.
too, but I think he was talking about my kick.
It was a great kick.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were both equally good.
I don't know. Yours kicked a dead sturge. Mine kicked a troll that was beating our asses. But yeah,
We
yeah.
kick monsters into holes. I think we both are equally good, and I go for a high five.
I don't know. I think hers was pretty cool.
I think you all make really good points.
Yagra kind of
going
just
for the
looks at
high
you.
five.
How about we arm wrestle?
You know what?
Yes,
Let's-
just like the old days.
Always.
Let's do it. See who
Why
the best of
why
the best.
don't we? As long as you don't hurt me too bad, and I wink with my 2 HP.
All right. Let's go.
I wink very weakly.
So you guys walk over to a table to sit down for this arm wrestling. Rigzee and Keno are both used to Yagra challenging adventurers to arm wrestling competitions. So you guys follow over because you always love watching a good arm wrestling match. Xoruk, do you follow over to watch some arm wrestling?
Absolutely.
Cool. So you guys sit down at this table, and as you do, Durnan comes back over, and he's got everybody's drinks. Yagra sits down from the opposite side of the table as Phaerl. She slaps her elbow down,
I gently place my elbow down on
and
the other side.
she grabs your hand with her hand.
Ooh, okay.
Who wants to count us down?
Who wants to put money on this?
Well, I'll count down at least.
I got
the money
on
comment rubbed
Yagra.
me the wrong way.
I'm gonna go with the underdog on this one. Don't let me down, Phaerl.
I didn't see myself as the underdog. That was kind of hurtful.
Sure. What's the bet?
You say you know her, right?
Yeah.
What's the bet?
Do 1 gold.
2 gold.
1.
I put 1 gold coin on the table.
I put 1 gold coin on the table as well.
And Durnan's like, all right, we have a bet. This is great. This is great. You know what? Fuck it. Oh, wait. How would this work if I... You know what? I'll get on to the next one. I'll pocket this for now, and I'll hold on to it, and then I'll give it to whoever wins. Are you ready to count it down, Xoruk?
All right, but if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right. And I pull out like a little piece of cloth from my pocket, and I tie their fists together. All right, are you ready? And I have my hand on their fist to make it center. It's not clean. And
I cringe a little, like,
Let me reassure.
ready. And go. And I lift my hand.
Roll a strength check. Yager got a 14.
oh, I got a 15.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you are...
I'm actually, like, I'm so repulsed by the cloth, I'm actually going, like, ew! Like, and I accidentally fucking pin the hand.
You accidentally slam the hand down, and
There's like some dried snot on the side, like where she can
It
see
caught
it.
my eye. I was like, slow-mo, just trying to, like, get my hand off of it.
Yagra and Rigzee both look astonished. They're stunned, speechless, as Durnan reaches in his pocket and he hands 2 gold over to Keno.
Thanks, kid.
Oh,
I
can
knew
someone
you could
untie
do it.
this, please?
And Yagra goes, oh my god, it's been so long since I've lost an arm wrestling match. I think I need to go to the hospital.
That's not even fair. You hit her on the head.
Or maybe the gym.
Yeah, you bet against me after you punched me. At the gym? What an insult. I'm going to the doctor. And
Kind of
she
fucked up.
storms out of the room. As she does, somebody else walks into the bar. Everybody roll a history check for me.
15.
1, not natural.
Oh, shit.
1 not natural. Ouch.
2.
21.
This guy walks into the tavern. Rigzee and Phaerl both recognize him as the author of Volo.
Is it someone I would fangirl over as I read a lot?
Maybe, I don't know. He wrote Volo's Guide to Monsters, so if you're into monsters, yes. If you're not into monsters, no.
It was one of the books that I brought with me before I started traveling. Oh my gosh, is that Volo? Is that you?
The figure who approaches you and strokes his mustache and adjusts his floppy hat, tightens his scarf. Volo Themp Gedarm, chronicler, wizard, celebrity at your service. I trust you've noticed the violence in our fair city these past 10 days?
I mean, I've only been here less than a day, and it's been quite violent.
Well, I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Baldur's Gate. But now, I fear, I have misplaced a friend amid this obvious malevolence. I couldn't help but see you guys all fight from afar, and I can only assume that you're an adventuring party.
I actually do not know these
I
men.
wrap my arms around them and like interrupt her, and I'm like, "We've been getting along great. What do you need?"
I push his arm off of me.
I put it back.
Well, my friend, his name is Floon Blagmar. He's got more beauty than brains, and I worry he took a bad way home a couple nights ago, and he was kidnapped. Or worse. If you guys agree to track him down for me with due haste, I can offer you, say, 10 dragons apiece now, and 10 times that when you get back. That's each. So 10 gold now, and 100 gold dragons when you return, with my friend in tow.
So Keno's going to walk up to Phaerl and ask, who's this guy?
This is Volo. He wrote one of the greatest guides to monsters around.
Oh, we could probably use one of those.
I have a copy, but I'm waiting for the right moment to ask him to sign it. I don't think I caught your name, by the way.
No, I don't think you did. It's Keno. Keno Ravanala.
Xoruk leans in and he's like, "Nice name."
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate you betting on me. Clearly you know a winning horse when you see one.
Yes, just a feeling. You look like you had it in you.
Well, I'm up for the challenge.
Me too. I could always use more gold.
You know, Mr. Volo, I'm not normally tempted by money, but I am tempted to curry your favor.
Well, then it's settled. And he hands each of you guys a little pouch with 10 gold.
So does this Floon guy have any enemies, or what makes you suspect he's been kidnapped?
Okay, well, so Floon is a handsome human male in his early 30s. He's got wavy red blonde hair, and the last time I saw him, he was dressed in this very princely garb. We went out a few nights ago to the Skewered Dragon, and we had a few drinks. That's over in the dock ward, if you've never been. And then I left him there, and I haven't seen him since.
So you think that because he's pretty, he got kidnapped?
Well, no, I mean, I told you to look for him, so I figured it'd be helpful if you knew what he looked like.
I mean, how do you know he was kidnapped?
I don't.
You said you thought he might have been kidnapped. Normally, people have a reason for suspecting such things. Was he into anything that he shouldn't have been in? Any bad activities in this town?
No, he normally goes home.
I'm just trying to get all the information I can. I want to help.
He's not like a person who goes to the bar and gets drunk and blacks out and then you don't know where he winds up. He's pretty responsible even when he goes out and drinks. So the fact that I haven't seen him in a few days.
I put my hand on his shoulder and I'm like, we'll find him. Like, make eye contact.
But first,
Really
where does the
intensely.
lad live?
He lives on Keel Alley in the dock ward.
Well, you guys want to head down to the Skewered Dragon?
The Skewered Dragon, I guess that's a good place to start.
All right.
Before we go, Barkeep, do you possibly have anything that I could heal up a bit? I took quite the face sucking. I don't know how else to say that.
Oh, how silly of me. Yes, does anybody else need some healing?
I mean, I wouldn't mind.
He comes back with 4 regular healing potions. You can either take it now or save it for later.
I'm going to take mine now.
Yeah, I'm going to save mine for later. I'm good right now.
I'm going to take mine.
So you guys head towards the dock ward?
Yeah, we're going to head to the Skewered Dragon, last seen place of Floon.
The dock ward was long considered the most dangerous district in the city, but the field ward has since taken that title. I don't doubt that the residents of the dock ward are glad for it, for in some respects, this area has never truly deserved its bad reputation. It's where the working class of the city of Waterdeep live. They do the carpentry, and they work in your factories, they work in your taverns, they work in your stores. Everybody roll a history check. See if anybody would know where the tavern is off the top of their head.
Got a 7.
4.
14.
20, not natural.
Rigzee would remember having had a drink there with Yagra maybe at one point. And he knows that it's between Net Street and Fillet Lane. So he starts heading you guys in the direction of this place. As you turn a corner, you guys find yourselves on a street that's been cordoned off by the city's watch. Lying on the cobblestone are half a dozen corpses, seemingly the victims of some terrible skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of questioning witnesses. One of the officers sees you, and he says, "Get on."
Well, actually, we're looking for a missing guy. Is one of these bodies a pretty blonde boy?
There's nothing to see here. If you want to roll a perception check, you can look and see.
17.
It doesn't seem like any of this has to do with Floon's disappearance. It seems like maybe some sort of conflict between some Zentarum and a Xanathar guild. There's a dozen guards in the city's watch there, and they have 3 bandits that are arrested, and they're questioning a witness in the background while they're waiting for wagons to come take away the criminals.
Can I tell who is who? Like, who's arrested and who's dead?
As you see the 3 guys in the handcuffs waiting for the wagons to take them away, you see that they have a snake tattoo with wings. Tall, densely packed tenements leave most of the neighborhood in shadows at the ground level, and most of the street lamps have had their glasses smashed and their candles stolen. It smells like salty air and excrement as you pass rows of rundown buildings. As you are a few blocks away from the tavern on the corner of Zastrow Street and Filet Lane, you see a nearby shop that stands out from the rest. It has a deep purple facade. In its window hangs a stuffed beholder, and above the door hangs a sign whose elaborate lettering spells out Old Zoblob Shop.
I'd like to go in the shop.
Do we really have time for this? I mean, he did say with haste.
We be doing things our own way, and I go into the shop.
I shrug and I follow.
You know, we really don't have time for... Oh, okay.
A cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke trails out of the shop's door as you peer inside of it. Every wall is painted purple. There's dust-filled knickknacks on every shelf, dyed in a very deep violet. The hairless old gnome, sitting cross-legged on the counter, wears plum-colored robes. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple face-painted eyes. The gnome lowers a pipe and exhales a cloud of lavender smoke before raising a hand. Hail, well met! Come browse the shelves. The most curious curiosities shop in the world.
I mumble under my breath, oh, this is one of those hippie shops or something.
I'm
gonna reluctantly look around. Everything seems very dusty, and I don't really want to touch things.
All right, roll a D100.
32.
So you're looking through the knickknacks, and one thing catches your eye in particular. You pick it up and look at it, and it's a knife that has the name Gralhund on it. And you recognize it as the knife that was stuck into the stump in the forest when you got that fateful letter.
I snatch it up. Where did you get this?
I'm not sure. I get all my wares from all over the place. Like a pawn shop. People come in, they give me stuff, I give them stuff. We trade stuff, I buy stuff at flea markets, I find stuff everywhere. I'm not sure where I got it, if I'm being honest. There's hundreds of items on these shelves. I can't exactly remember where I got everything.
How big is this shop, by the way?
Bigger than it looks from the outside, but it's still a very tiny shop.
Am I, like, crouched?
No, the ceiling's tall enough, just barely, where your little bit of hairs scrape the ceiling.
I'm, like, hunching my neck down a little bit, but I'm kind of, like, stomping around, looking at everything.
You're looking around on the shelves?
Mm-hmm. I get to see all the top shelf items.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a D100.
How much do you want for this?
The dagger, 4 gold.
I will take it.
17.
So you're looking at all the cool top shelf items, because you can see all those. And one thing catches your eye. It's something you've never seen before. It's a glass orb, and it's full of smoke.
What is this?
Your guess is as good as mine. It's an orb of smoke from what it appears to be.
I'm gonna pick it up and kind of like move it around and stare at it real hard, see if the smoke moves with it.
Yeah, so the smoke kind of stays still, but the orb like moves around the smoke itself.
Oh, this is one of those like optical illusion things that those street performers use, isn't it?
I suppose, sure. If that's what you think it is, then it's whatever you want it to be, young man.
It's kind of cool. How much for it?
5 gold.
So I am definitely gonna pay him for that.
Okay.
5 gold.
Is anybody else looking around the shop?
Yeah, I'm looking around. I'm specifically looking for like a bow staff or a spear.
This isn't a weapon shop. This is a trinket store.
I mean, there might
sell
be something
trinkets.
sitting around. I don't know. That's
So if you want to look around the shelves and
I
see if
would
something
like to.
catches your eye, you can do that, but there's no bow staffs here.
all right. Well, I'd like to do that then.
All right, roll a D100.
The item. Oh, it's a fucking bow staff.
That's a bow staff now.
85.
So you're looking through the shelves, and the thing that catches your eye is a little book. You pick it up and you take a look at it, and it appears to be some sort of diary
Not a
with
weapon.
7 missing pages.
Are they numbered? Did I read it enough to know that the pages are missing, or can I just tell that?
Yeah,
they're,
you
like,
looked
ripped
at it, you
out?
flipped through it, you picked it up, you looked at it. It's a diary with 7 missing pages.
Ripped out.
Starts out like, Dear Diary, Mom and Dad are so mean.
This could be an interesting read.
Really invasive. I scoff.
I'll take it. How much?
4 gold.
Done.
Are you looking around at the shelves? You want to take a look?
What in eyesight of a 3.5 foot?
So you get to look at all the stuff on the bottom shelf. Go ahead and roll D100.
78.
Okay, so you find an ornate scabbard that fits no blade you have ever seen.
It's like useless junk.
Does it have any rubies on it?
Roll a investigation check.
Show me the rubies.
Nat 20.
Yeah, it's got a bunch of rubies.
How much for this?
I just want to say that's our first nat 20.
4 gold for you.
Same price as that diary.
4 gold!
The fucking steal.
The ruby encrusted
Done.
scabbard is the same price as
And I
the
put 4
diary.
gold down on the table.
So you guys all look around this shop and find some items that you think are worth buying.
I quickly put away the dagger.
What do you do now?
I'm gonna walk up to the shopkeep and be like, hey, while we're here, have you seen a guy named Floon come in?
Floon! What a strange name. I'm sure I would have remembered it. What does he look like?
Some sort of pretty boy. He's got wavy blonde hair. I take out like a piece of paper and I try to sketch him.
All right, roll performance. See how good this picture is.
Got a 17.
Yeah, it's a pretty good depiction of what you think that this dude looks like based on
sparkly
Bolo's
eyes.
Yeah, he looks gorgeous. He looks like Fabio.
Yeah.
And he looks at the picture and, oh, you know, come to think of it, a few nights ago, I think I saw him and another man, well-dressed fellow, similar appearance, bearing, how he, acted. They were actually jumped outside.
Can I show him like the sleeve of my Volo's book to see if it was him? If he recognized Volo as the other man with him?
I mean, yeah, you can. He knows who Volo is.
I don't know that he knows that. So I take out the monster book that Volo's wrote and I show it to the man and I say, was this the other man that was with him, possibly?
No, it wasn't Volo. It was a man who looked like him. Not like Volo, but like Floon, I guess is his name, if you say so.
You said he was jumped outside? By who?
Yeah, I don't know. There was 5 attackers. None of them looked familiar to me. But one of them did have a black tattoo of a snake with wings on it.
Been seeing
On the
a
back
lot
of his
those.
neck.
What do those represent?
Beats me.
Our flying snakes.
Yeah, I think that makes the most sense. Probably they represent flying snakes. Nobody's ever told me anything otherwise, so then that's what I believe.
Did you see what happened after? Did he get away?
No, they definitely dragged both of the men off. I don't know where they went.
Which direction?
If I'm remembering correctly, to the east.
Well, should we check out that way, or did you guys still want to check out the bar first?
I know one sure place where there's going to be some people with those tattoos that we might be able to question.
Where?
Go on.
They just carted some off to the jail.
Well, then we'd have to deal with the guards, and I don't know how willing they'd be to talk to us, considering they were just arrested, but...
Not that any of this is my business, because it's not, but if there's an ongoing investigation, then the guard's not going to let you do anything. I wouldn't suggest trying there. They're probably not going to even let you speak to the criminals, unless maybe you disguise yourself as their family or something.
Well, it seems like they're pretty prevalent in this area. Maybe 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe there might be some at this bar that we're going to.
Everybody except for Keno, roll a perception check for me real quick.
18.
5.
10.
Phaerl, as you guys are talking about this, you kind of see Keno out of the corner of your eye, and it looks like he's kind of like standing kind of weird, and you happen to see that there's a tattoo underneath his hand that he's covering up with his hand that you can't exactly see what it is right now.
Keno, what do you have there?
Oh, this old thing? It appears to be the same tattoo that all the people in jail have.
You say that very nonchalantly as we are trying to find people with this tattoo. What do you know of it?
It's the sigil of the Zentarum. I was a mercenary for them for a long time.
So are they just like a group of mercenaries or thugs, it seems?
In a sense. There's more to it than that, but it's not up to me to tell you that. But we could go to the jail, see if maybe I could talk to the guards. That's where I was headed anyway.
Do you know people at the jail that this wouldn't... I mean, like the barely clothed man on the counter had said that they are in the middle of an investigation. I feel as if it's going to be difficult to get a word in edgewise.
The Zentarum reaches much deeper than you could imagine. Let's just head to the station.
Can I
Are we
roll
hearing
an
this?
insight check on him? See if he's being truthful or trying to lie about the information he's giving me?
Yeah.
So what does the tattoo resemble?
Nat
A
1.
flying snake?
The best of the best.
He's telling you the truth.
Seems like our best lead.
I know. Let's go.
All right. I don't exactly understand what just happened here, but we're going to the jail now, and you belong to these assholes?
Watch your mouth. Don't talk about my family that way. And yes, I may be affiliated.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize they were your family. I just saw a bunch of dead bodies. I shouldn't have made assumptions.
No worries. But now you know.
I give the hairless troll a bow and I walk out the front.
I also thank him for his services and head out the front door towards the jail.
Thanks again, my man. And I wave and walk out.
Have a great day.
Before I walk out, I'm gonna like lean over and be like, "What'd be in the pipe?"
Oh, just some lavender tobacco. Would you like a hit?
No.
Okay. Enjoy your day. Thanks for stopping by the old Zablub.
He's on the perp.
Okay, I'm just gonna leave. Say another word. Fucking landlubber.
So you guys walk out into the street, and you're gonna head where?
I'm gonna go in the direction that the cart was taking those people that it shackled.
Cart hadn't shown up yet. It was waiting for the cart.
Well, that's my plan. I'm
gonna walk over to the guards that have the 3 Zentarum detained and ask if I could talk to them for just a minute as I kind of scratch my cheek and show my tattoo at the same time.
He looks at your tattoo. I guess roll persuasion.
18.
So you talk to this guard, and you kind of flash your tattoo on your hand to him as you scratch your face, and he kind of looks over his shoulders. Guy, nobody's around. Come with me.
All
And
right.
he leads you over by yourself to where these 3 guys are handcuffed waiting for this wagon to show up still.
gonna try and like scooch over close enough to where I can hear them but not get involved.
Okay. What are you 2 doing?
Standing back and watching all this go down. Trying to read his body language, but not doing so good.
Yeah, I would just be standing around waiting on him.
Okay. You get escorted up to these 3 Zentarum guys that you don't actually know.
Do any of you know anything about someone named Floon?
Floon.
Floon Blackmaw. I'm looking for him.
Floon.
He's a real pretty boy.
No. Not off the top of my head.
Looks like he might be worth some money.
You talking about Rainer?
I can't hear what they're saying, but I just remember, and I'm like, ooh, show him the picture! And I'm shouting and waving it.
Is that guy okay?
Show him the picture! I drew it!
He's got a picture. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
So I walk over and reach out to get the picture to take it back over to the 3 men.
So you go back over these 3 dudes and you show them this
Hold it up
relatively
in front of
decent
him.
picture. And he looks like he goes, yeah, Rainer in Neverember? Looks just like that guy. I mean, for the most part.
Then that must be him. Where's he at?
I have no idea. That's
No?
just who that looks like. I don't know who Floon is, but that looks like Reinhold.
Where's
He drinks
hang
down
out?
at the Skewered Dragon all the time.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll take care of each other. I'll put a word in, see that you're
Oh, we'll be fine in there. You know, best of the best.
best of the best. That's right. Is there anything else you think maybe I should know about around here?
Well, of course, stay away from those Xantar fucks. They stole that fucking stone,
Oh, okay.
and now
I heard about
they're trying to pin it on us. They stole it from their own guy, and now they're trying to say it was us.
Is that what this is all about?
Yeah, that's why they're trying to kill us. They think we stole this stone, stone of galore or some shit. I don't know what it is, but they had it. We were trying to work out a deal with them. They said that we stole it during this deal that we're trying to cut with them, but we didn't take it. So it has to be it's got to be an inside job. Classic inside job. But we're not going to stop until we kill all these fucks because they're trying to fucking kill us for no reason. They think it's us, but it's not us.
Well, looks like you're doing all right.
Now, come and think of it, you're one of us, but I don't recall seeing you a lot around here. I see the tattoo. I don't see you around here a lot. What do you know about this stone of galore?
Nothing. I'm going to find out, but as of right now, I'm still just trying to figure out what's going on around here. I'm retired, so you wouldn't have really seen me in action too much.
You know any of us around here? You know any of us locals?
No, I've been staying low-key. I've actually been on the search for my long-lost master.
Well, if you run into any of the people, tell them to put some commissary in my account. Would you?
Absolutely. I'll see you all taken care of.
Cool. You want my name or something?
Yes.
The name's Ziegler.
All right, Ziegler. I'll put the word in. You're good as gold.
All right, brother. Best of the best.
Best of the best, bud. Take care. So then I'm going to slip a gold coin to the guard and keep walking.
All right, let's see if this guard is okay with you bribing him, because that is a crime in the city of Waterdeep. So you hand this gold to the officer, and he looks at it, he goes, a tip? Thanks. Puts it in his pocket.
Keep up the good work. You're keeping these streets clean.
Shake my head at this.
Yeah, we try and keep this scum off the streets.
You're doing good.
You're lucky you're retired,
Why's that?
because then you'd be hanging out with your friends.
True. I did my time, though.
Oh, I'm sure you did, man. Just stay safe out there, buddy.
Will do. Have a good night.
You too.
Take care. All right, so I am going to walk back over to the group, say we need to head to the Skewered Dragon. We'll find some more information there.
Yeah, that's where we were originally gonna go. Did you find out any other information?
Yeah, the guy that, and I hand the picture back. In this picture, he hangs out there. The guy I was talking to let me know it's a solid source.
Floon hangs out there? We already knew that, too. That was where he was last seen. I'm just confused.
He just saw him recently. We just gotta head there.
Floon?
All right, let's get going.
He actually called him Raina Neverember, but he said it was him.
Weird. So, why did that one guy say his name was Floon? Oh, wait. Didn't the shopkeep say that there was, like, two guys that looked really similar that got jumped outside?
Believe so.
Hey, but I don't know how much you can trust him smoking some weird stuff in there.
That's a fair point, honestly. I'm sure we'll figure this out. Either way, they were both or one of them was seen at this tavern, so let's go.
So you guys start heading towards the Skewered Dragon, and that's where we'll end our session.
One session down, y'all.
Thank you guys for checking out Enter the Fungeon. It's been fun first episode. I am the DM, once again, Tony. You can follow me on Twitter at TonyKrimson. That's Crimson with a K.
And you can find me, Emily, on Twitter at BigPapaEmily.
You can find me, Chris, on Instagram at McBlazier.
You can find me, Bryson, on Twitter and Instagram at RollforBryson.
And you can find me, Tom, on Twitter at TicTacTommie with a IE.
Is there anything that anybody wants to plug? I know I want to give a shout out to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. We got to see them at Tampa Bay Comic-Con, and they ran a really cool panel. It was really cool to get to talk with them and get to know them. And there was another podcaster there. It was the I Could Do This All Day podcast. They talk about Marvel and the movies, as well as a bunch of other comic book stuff. That guy was really cool to meet, too. So those are things I want to shout out this week.
I just want to say a big thank you to the makers of the Bag of Rolling. I got to use it during our session 1, and I absolutely love it. Really cool design.
Anything that you wanted to shout out, Chris?
Any books or TV shows that you might be...
Shout out to you guys for making this happen. It was it's a great setup, and we make it happen every week. So shout out to you guys for committing to this and really bringing everything together.
Yeah, honestly, like, shout out to all the players, especially big shout out to our DM for putting up with our randomness all the
Shout out to
time.
you guys for putting up with me. I'm an asshole.
And also a big shout out to all of our friends who have been liking our pages and supporting us before we have even released content. It makes us feel real good. So thank you.
Yeah, it's awesome as fuck. Anything you want to shout out, Tom?
Yeah, no, I was just going to shout out to anybody who's actually listening to this when it drops. Real MVPs.
Yeah. If you're listening to this on day one, yo,
Shout
You
out.
the
go to
MVP.
patreon.com/enterthefungeon, and for as low as $5 a month, you can support us. But for real, go to patreon.com/enterthefungeon. Pay Emily back for all the money that she put into all this podcast equipment.
I want that money back. So.
But also, you get access to a bunch of cool shit. We have a bi-weekly after show that we're going to be putting out. We're going to do bonus sessions, bonus content. We have some of that already in the barrel, ready to go. As soon as we are ready to, we can hit the ground running. You can check out a link to our Discord channel on our Instagram. It is at enterthefungeon podcast. You can join the Discord for free. But if you do join the Patreon, you'll get access to special channels. Everybody who joins the Patreon can vote on our questions for the week, I believe, is what it was for free. But yeah, check it out. Thank you guys so much. And we'll see you guys next time you decide to enter the Fungeon.
See you next time.
And I kick it.
Is that a cantrip?
It's just a regular kick.
Is that spell a cantrip?
Yeah, it was a cantrip.